Here we are again. We're importing, well not importing, letting people in little boats come across the channel under trucks and the like. Third world, conflict, culture, hate, violence and intolerance. Intolerance of me and you and our culture. Failed asylum seeker, but before we talk about him, because everyone's talking about him, you know, the news outlets move very quickly on from the victims, and make no mistake, these aren't survivors, these are victims of this chemical attack, whatever that substance may be. Mum and daughter, life-changing injuries. Read, disfigurement, nerve damage, trauma, pain, incredible pain, maybe years of operations, plastic surgery, trauma to the family and friends, and there are other victims. Equally, you imagine your husband or wife or sister or daughter's a copper right now, coming home with a chemical injury. Pack it in, leave the job. You won't get me in the coppers now anyway, even if I was eligible, which I'm not, am I? Because I'm a white male. Sign up for the forces, but you can't join the police. Back to the victims. I want to hear more about them, me. Not the injuries, who they are. You know, maybe some celebrities get behind it. Go fund me. Get this family, poor family, some money and help them. Imagine a young child disfigured going out in public, having to go back to school, growing up. Absolutely fucking disgusts me, this. Now let's talk about the creature. Failed asylum seeker. Came over under a truck. Tried to claim asylum. Rejected. Bam! Stays in the country. Claims asylum again. Rejected. Bam! Stamped. Fuck off. Stays in the country. Then goes out and commits an act, a sexual act. This guy is a dirty predator, probably a paedophile rapist, who knows. But he got done, got caught for perpetrating a sex act, a sex offender, a dirty nonce. He then applies for asylum again. You've got it. Join the boys club, we'll have you in. Fucking disgusting. I've met people like this in prison. No remorse. Take coin for perpetrating these hateful acts. It's not like going out with a knife, getting into a fight and stabbing someone, which is bad enough. You're buying the product and using it in a hateful way. You know the damage it's going to cause. This guy's walking around, there's pictures of him now, they've got his name. Looks like half his face is missing. Street justice would work for me in this case. It won't happen. Police will probably find him. The families, victims, are already suffering injustice because this fucking guy shouldn't be here. He was rejected twice. He commits a sex offence, becomes a predator, a dirty nonce, and then they sign him up. Seriously, things need to change very quickly in this country. The violence and hate and intolerance to people like you and me is unacceptable. Unacceptable. In prison, people like him. Came across a few people who committed honour killings. Big men in the community when they're in prison. Don't hang their heads in shame. Pats on the back, you've done the right thing. Part of the culture. Big men. The victims, inevitably, are women and young girls. Young brides. Or people refusing to go down that route. Again, within the prison system, there's no remorse. Oh, it fucking boils my piss, this. There's no remorse or anything. I've seen them. They're horrible creatures. Absolutely disgust me. I don't know what we're going to do in this country. We've got two parties who both aren't worth, I'm sorry for the language, a fucking wank. They're not worth nothing. They're both the same people. Them parties, Sunak, Starmer, they are the same people, the same party. Absolutely fucking stinks. Victims every day. I've seen that Britain may be the #1 place for chemical acid attacks. We don't know that, do we? We don't know how figures are compiled. But there's possibly 2 attacks a day. White males need not apply. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to leave it there, guys. Again, just think about them 4 families, victims, all of the victims. Young mum, daughter, probably disfigured for life. Why aren't we talking about them? Why aren't we getting them some support? Why ain't the Prime Minister outside number 10 condemning violence of this sort? Hate, intolerance. Weak. Spring's coming. This is a lot milder. We've got the boy over here for the parting shot. Thanks for your continued support for the channel. If you'd like to come on the channel, you've got a story to tell, please drop me an email. You know, ex-prisoner, had trauma in your life, just want to tell your story. God bless them poor souls, the victims, mum, daughter, and the other victims. God bless you all. I'm at a loss sometimes, I really am. Thanks for coming. I'll see you.